Hey guys, Curtis Alexander. I'm a pharmacist. In this video, I want to tackle how to lose weight if you have a low thyroid. Okay, now I made a lot of mistakes when I first tried to fix my situation when I was diagnosed as Hashimoto's thyroiditis in 2019. I I figured out some things that I was doing wrong, one of which was fasting every day. I was eating extremely low calorie. I was in good shape by most people's standards at just under 6'2", 190. I was under 13% body fat, but I felt like garbage, cold all the time. My temps were very low. My pulse was low. All these signs of a low metabolism. That's the first thing you need to understand. If you have a low thyroid, you by definition have a slow or a low metabolism. So I'm not here to say that calories don't matter. Calories absolutely matter, but they matter in relationship to your metabolism right at this point in time. And at the point in time in 2019 when I was diagnosed, my metabolism was in the tank. So before you go into heavy deficits and these sorts of things, you have to address your metabolism. Okay. So probably like I mentioned, I was 190 pounds. And over the next year or two, I read a lot about biochemistry. I started to address my metabolism by reintroducing carbohydrates. The problem is I reintroduced carbohydrates. I reintroduced a lot of good whole foods, but I reintroduced them at way too fast of a rate. Remember, my metabolism was essentially broken, and so I gained a ton of weight over the next 2 years. By January of 2022, I was up to 225 pounds. Most of it, not most of it, a lot of it was fat. So I was getting heavy. And then I went through a weight loss phase, and I'm still in that phase, but I did it more intelligently than what I tried earlier. And that's what I want to talk about, what I would recommend people do. Number one is you have to avoid heavy deficits until your metabolism is healed. Okay. What do I mean by a heavy deficit? Most resources will tell you go on a 20 to 25% deficit of your maintenance calories. So if your maintenance is, 3,000 calories, then you're going to take 600 to 800 calories off that. That's going to be way too much for you if your metabolism isn't fixed yet. Okay, so that's the first thing. We're going to have to be patient. The next step is you have to find your starting point. For example, let's just say at this point in time, I ranged from 1,800 to 2,200 calories a day during this point in time. Let's just say that's 2,000 calories a day. You measure your calories, what you're eating for a week, find that calorie level, and stay there for right now. Then the next thing I would do is I'm going to improve your food choices. I've made a video on metabolically healthy foods, but basically you want to think about you replace the foods you're currently eating, keep it the same caloric level, but introduce nutrient dense foods, the organ meats, the grass fed meats, dairy if you can tolerate it, good carbohydrate sources, simple carbohydrates. You have to be very careful about how many you reintroduce at a time. Um, and then your fats, primarily saturated fats. That's what you want to have. But stay at that caloric point, improve your food choices. Here's the next thing is you're going to want to measure and make sure your metabolism is improving. And we do that by measuring your temperature, your pulse, and your sleep. When I started, when my metabolism was broken, my morning temps, as soon as you wake up in the morning, don't get out of bed, but have a thermometer, measure your temps. At that time, I was running high 96s, like 96.8. Yesterday morning, I measured just as, I still do it, see how I'm doing. I'm 98.4 in the morning, which is really good. So over that time, your metabolism healed. My pulse went up from low 60s. It's not really fast, but it usually runs around 70 beats per minute. My sleep has improved a lot. I generally sleep through the night. There are nights where I wake up once or twice, but overall sleep is improved. As your sleep improves, you're going to have an easier time losing the weight. So now we've gotten to this point. Once you begin to see your metabolism improve, Then we can begin to add in more calories. For somebody my size, I should be anywhere from 2,600 on the low end to 3,000 calories a day. Right now, I'm eating at about 2,700 calories and I'm slowly losing the weight. Um, but as you reach this point of your metabolism getting better, you can slowly introduce more calories, 100, maybe 50 to 100 calories a week. See how you're doing. Make sure you're not gaining too much weight and kind of keep inching that up. And like I said, at this point, I'm now eating 500 to 900 calories more per day than I did at this point. I'm warmer, I sleep better, a lot of positive things. But the point of this video was to help you guys, avoid this rapid weight gain. And I will preface this, you are likely going to gain a little bit of weight, but we don't want to see it that radical. And as you gain that weight and your metabolism heals, it will naturally start to fall off. Some people, it's faster than others. My metabolism was wrecked. It was really bad. I'd done this for over a decade. I'd really screwed it up. So mine is likely going to be slower than yours were. But the point being, if you can be patient and not jump your calories up really quick, and then when you get to a point, you may even be able to eat at a maintenance and see your weight slowly tick down. If you want to accelerate it, once you're healed, your metabolism's healed, you're feeling better. If you want to go into a caloric deficit, I would probably just shoot for a 10% caloric deficit. I wouldn't go much more than that. I did an experiment last week where I tried a 25% deficit, and within 3 or 4 days, my temps started dropping back down. Cravings came back, and I'm not going to do that, but I did want to experiment with it. So I would still recommend just probably a 10% deficit. So this video has gone long enough. These are the steps I would use again if you have low thyroid and you want that weight to come off, or you want to heal your metabolism without a huge amount of weight gain. So let me know in the comments, was this helpful? Does this kind of echo with any of you guys? Let me know your experiences. If you have low thyroid, you're trying to lose weight. It's helpful for me. It's helpful for other people that watch the video. Speaking of helpful, I hope the video was, guys. I will see you in the next one. Thank you.